worst nightmare. Sadly, this time of year, thousands of families descend to beaches or other holiday destinations, and that is a reality according to the Pink Ladies organization during the festive season. The Pink Ladies are an independent group of volunteers and is a registered Section 21 NGO. The organization works closely with the police and was established with the primary purpose of reuniting missing children and loved ones with their family members. Well, Jacqui Thomas, co-director of the Pink Ladies organization, joins us from our studios in Port Elizabeth. Jacqui, good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
I say good morning because that is the more popular thing to say, but unfortunately for many, many families it's anything but good because their loved ones are not with them. Is that not the case?
Absolutely, especially this time of the year.
Do you find, in your opinion, that there is a marked increase in children or other persons going missing during the festive season?
Absolutely, and for a number of reasons as well. You very often find children are left at home, unsupervised, parents are at work, and people can't afford the services of caregivers to take care of those children.
How and where does one begin looking for a missing child?
We would normally advise that you do what we call a 5-point search. You start at the precise point where the child went missing from and then work your way outward. Usually we count in houses, 5 forward, 5 back and 5 to either side.
And do you find that in most cases there's nothing sinister there, that perhaps the child just wandered off or went to a friend or went with an adult that they didn't report, etc.? Or are we finding that there's a criminal element in the majority of the missing cases?
I would say there is a criminal element. Your teenagers are more likely to be runaways or children who've just wandered off without telling their parents where they're going. But certainly children under the age of 10, there would be cause for worry.
At what age can a child be left alone? I mean, you mentioned that in some cases parents need to work or they go out, etc., and they leave their children alone in the homes. In your opinion, at what age do you think one can do that?
Sure, I'd hesitate to name any particular age. I have girls of 17 and I hesitate about leaving them alone at home.
And Jacqui, what can we do to arm ourselves and protect ourselves from making sure that our loved ones are not missing? For example, if you're in a public place, the malls are swamped, you're on holiday, the beaches are flooded with revelers and partygoers. How do you make sure that your child is safe?
There are a number of easy ways, particularly beaches. Before you put the sunscreen on in the morning, grab a marking pen, write your cell phone number on the inside of their wrist, mark their clothing inside where it can't be seen from outside, and take note of what your children are wearing. The moment that child disappears from your sight, you need to know that you're looking for a red t-shirt or a yellow t-shirt or so on.
And that's something simple. It's very basic, but it's something that you can forget, because if you have 2 or 3 little ones, you forget who's wearing what.
Absolutely. In my case, I have twins. So what I used to do was I dressed them in the same color. Easier to spot them.
Oh yeah, so less work for you. But we are focusing this morning on children. We do know, however, you've mentioned teenagers, you've mentioned young adults and older persons who do go missing. Predominantly, what's the age that we're looking at here? Are we seeing more children, more adults? Who goes missing mostly this time of year?
It's really difficult. Your adults are under a tremendous amount of pressure, so we do have a lot more, I wouldn't call them runaways, but people that want to disappear. There's a lot of depression, financial problems and so on. But I would say probably children, given that it's school holidays and that they're largely unsupervised.
And what does one do to get your assistance? I mean, I'm not sure if you're focused predominantly in the Eastern Cape. Are you nationwide? If I am requiring your services for one reason or another, your volunteers to help me look for a missing loved ones, how does one go about finding you?
Well, quite honestly, we've actually got to the point now where we're not only nationwide, we do sometimes take care of overseas cases as well. But your first port of call would be to report the child missing with the SAPS. You there fill in a Form 55. That is then transmitted to us, giving us permission to assist the police. And we literally join the police hand in hand, work with them. We provide technology that they might not have, and services that they might not have access to as well.
Yeah. Jacqui, in about 10 seconds or so, many questions are being asked, you know, the time lapse and when I can report someone missing. Can I report my loved one missing immediately? Must I wait for 24 hours?
There is no such thing as a 24-hour waiting period. It's something that originated in the States years ago, and it certainly does not apply to our law.
So I can go as a matter of urgency. Jacqui Thomas, thank you so much for joining us, the co-director of the Pink Ladies Organization, coming to us live from our studios in Port Elizabeth. A quick ad break, and when we continue, we bring you the latest news update. And let's also just be mindful of everything that Jacqui says, especially if you do have little ones running around at this time of year. Be back with news in just